Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, and tell a friend. Hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most. All right, let's get to it. Let me take it off this one. Put it on this one. Sherelle, what's good?
Hey y'all.
What's up?
I'm
What's
here
up?
to
What's up?
Hey, Real.
Hey Callie.
So, James, what up, kid? All right, so we got the talking point roulette, man. Ready to spin? Who's spinning? Dr. G? You spinning, Dr. G?
Sure. How do I do it?
I got you.
I don't know. You got YouTube working for you. You might have had a way for me to actually spin. So
YouTube took the night off, man. YouTube gonna have it last day. YouTube, we cooking. Davila, what's up? All right, so now I'm so glad Sis is here for this. Sis. Sit.
Yes.
Nigga froze on purpose, boy.
I'm frozen.
No, you're good now. I've heard you allege this a few times.
Yeah.
Black men ain't loyal. You heard you say this before?
Absolutely.
Now, this talking point is under scrutiny, sis. Justify why you say this.
It's what I see. Here where I am, the guys date outside their race in high numbers. I see a bunch of light bright babies and I'm so confused every time. Like, I don't even want to say ooh it's a baby. I want to say ugh. Like, ugh.
You don't want to show the baby no love?
I'd be like, ugh. You know, like, this is crazy. Like, that's all I can think of. Like,
So,
like, mm-hmm.
So whenever you see this, you gotta chill, man. So,
No, it just the baby be so light bright. Then I see a black guy walking over to the girl and the baby, and I'm like, ugh. You know, it's terrible. It turns my stomach. I can't lie.
Jesus Christ.
I'm so serious. I don't care.
I know you serious.
Mm-hmm.
So the baby be light skinned because the mom be, what does the mom usually be?
Pure Caucasian or some type of Hispanic, Latino situation.
And you be your stomach turn, you said?
Every time. Every time. It's so it hurts. It hurts because I'm just like it's another like wasted mixing of genes. Like, what are we doing? And it's the black men who has to choose that, and they're doing that up here, left and right. It is what it is.
Now, sis, what if they say you hating?
Why would I hate? It's like, I mean, am I hating on my youngest brother too? He has the most. She's so Caucasian. I mean, I'm not hating on that. He's doing it too. So,
Now,
it doesn't turn my stomach when I see him because I love him to death, but that doesn't turn my stomach at all. But like, the more and more I see it, I'm just disappointed.
Damn. And you think too many black men are dating out?
Yes, I think it reflects how disloyal you all are in my eyes. Because there's so many black women. There's so many.
So is disloyal just simply dating a woman of another race?
And giving your seed to them is an issue for me. It's an issue. You're mixing out your own pure blood or blackness. Like, you're mixing it out. And y'all just be walking looking all stupid, either in front or behind. And I'm like, this is the stupidest mess I've seen. You know, every
How
time I see it,
they look stupid?
stupid, just stupid. They holding a baby that looks nothing like them. Shit, it looks crazy. I wouldn't have no reason to hate. I'm straight. I don't get it. I don't understand. So it's my perspective.
What y'all think?
And I think that's what they want. They want us to mix us out so that they can continue to get rid of us.
Yeah, I'm not a proponent of interracial dating.
Yeah, I'm not a proponent of it either. Like, date what you want or whatever. When it comes to procreation is really when I tend to really have a problem. But as far as me saying that black men overall are disloyal when it comes to that, I can't say that I see that outside. I see that as I see it and I hear the white man worship shit like online, but that's because I'm subjecting myself to a wider audience, and the people who tend to like that all tend to kind of congregate together, so it can kind of seem like it's louder than what it actually is. But yeah. What kind of loyalty are we talking about, though? Are we talking about like everything? Like,
well, I mean, I often hear it correlated when it comes to dating.
okay, then yeah, I'll land it there.
So wait, what you mean procreation? Break that down.
When you have kids, I kind of have a similar sentiment as sis when I see
it. So when you see a black man have a baby with a white woman, you feel away?
Yeah, it's like, why? Like, for what?
Okay. Damn.
Because I've seen it disappear in my own family. All it took was like 3 generations, and them kids don't look shit like my uncles. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So
okay. So you
like
agree
that.
with sis? Like it's like washing out, kind of.
Mm-hmm. Creating a bunch of exotical looking motherfuckers.
Damn. Rel, what's popping?
Hello, Hampton.
What's goody? What you think? Black men ain't loyal.
You know,
That's what's on the card so far.
I used to have this sentiment about don't wash it out, black people. You know, I was a Hebrew Israelite, you know. I mean, technically, you know, I'm just a disobedient one now, but I don't know. I think I'm trying to end racism now. I don't know. Starting to see it like after arguing with y'all so much on these panels, I could see why people date outside the race. Because you need to speak on my nerves.
Do you think the panels is the larger representation of majority of black men?
Yeah, to be honest, I think it's even worse. I think y'all are actually more decent on the panels. Like in the real world, the way that I be saying like men and women, what they be going through in relationships, I just be like, ugh.
Okay, so you think the panel is more civil than in the earth?
Because I've been outside and I'm like, okay.
And so are you saying that those men are justified in dating women that aren't black?
Because sometimes you just want something simple. You just want somebody who's gonna respect you, who don't got all this extra stuff to come along with it. And who am I to blame them for wanting something easier? I be going to McDonald's.
So you agree
this man right here, this man's like really an elite mixed person, and it just makes me feel like I need to make me a mixed baby.
Because with Patrick Mahomes?
Yeah.
Okay. So are you saying that the behavior of black women is a justified reason for black men to date other women?
Yeah. If you not appreciate, like, you know, even like what they got those like subset of black men that black women don't like, you know what I'm saying? Like Michael B. Jordan looking ones who don't get famous, right? You know, technically, like most black women don't necessarily go for them, which is ironic because they have like a black woman who is like the opposite of them, who is like their match. But the black women usually end up with white men. Ironically, they never end up with each other.
What?
So when I be saying, yeah, it's like it's a prototype of the black woman who dates white men, and then it's the black guy who dates white girls, right? It's like a look that they have, but they never end up with each other. They always end up with the white person.
Okay. So the men though, they are not disloyal. They are dating the women that treat them better.
Mm-hmm. I mean, don't get me wrong. A subsection of them just hate themselves, but that's
So
usually the dark ones.
So the majority of black men that date out, they're dating out because that's a better option.
Yeah, or they just like it's a like they grew up around white people. They just dating around like who they know. If they don't grow, if you like the only black person in your school or in your neighborhood, it's like 10 of y'all. You're gonna end up with a white girl. Like it is what it is.
You saying they surrounded,
Mm-hmm.
but there's a subset that actually hate themselves, which is the reason why they date out.
Mm-hmm. I have a dark skinned friend. He said he was the darkest boy in his whole entire city. Like the city that he grew up in, he was the darkest one, and he did not want dark skinned kids because they treated him like he was the darkest one, and he didn't want that for his children.
So what do he do?
So he got some mixed kids, 3 of them.
And you think he hate himself?
Sound like hatred to me. I liked him because he was dark skinned.
So the majority of
He
black
like
men,
Snipes black too.
the majority of black men don't date out though. So
I know.
So are you saying, so sis, regardless of the numbers, you think black men ain't loyal? Or are you talking about the ones that do?
Obviously, the ones that do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lex, what you think of? Go ahead, sis.
I was gonna say it might be a minority, but that's too much. 20% or 10% is too much.
Yeah, I think it's almost 20%. I think it's like 83% are married or something to other women. What you think, Lex? You feel away? Them niggas ain't loyal?
I don't feel a way about it, but I'm trying to think of the best way to majority and minority this segment. I think there's more black women than there are men, black men, and so if it's more of us, and then there's a percentage that looks like they only go for this type, then it could seem like the majority of them are not loyal to their race. But it doesn't bother me. That's the best way that I could put it. It doesn't bother me. Because I don't see any shortage of black men that are trying to get at me. so I'm not going and feeling like, oh no, black men are trying to. So I don't think like that. I can see how that mind frame, based off of the internet and maybe a certain surrounding, like what Sherelle said, if you're in a certain in proximity, I can see how that happens, but it just doesn't bother me, or maybe because I don't see it a lot where I'm at either, because of the military base. But and one thing I want to tell Sherelle, Patrick Mahomes' daddy, Patrick Sr., is black, and he's the Major League Baseball player, so he get all his athleticism from his dad, who's black.
I know the athletic part comes from the black side. I'm just saying he's my favorite. He's my favorite mixed kid. He's my favorite biracial.
Oh, he's your favorite mixed kid? Holla, I'm gonna send you the invite.
I'm gonna be at the Super Bowl rooting for him.
So if it's 2 million more black women than black men, 20% of black men date out, does that cause an issue?
But you understand what I was saying, right? If it's if that sector is already small compared to us, any amount would look like a lot. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think.
Well, I guess the question is 20. So if I owe you $100, I can give you 80 and you good? Huh?
Versus nothing.
No. If I owe you $100 and I give you 80, you good with that?
Yeah. Versus nothing.
That don't make no sense.
Now, what's the saying? They were
Like,
like,
are you
"Don't
like
loan money if you can't afford to
if
get
you
it
ain't
back."
got the 100 to give me, so you decide you ain't gonna give it to me till you get 100. You may not never get 100. You may never get more than that $80. So get my damn 80. It'll be easier for you to find that other 20.
That's just poor money management. So generally speaking, if I owe you $100, I shouldn't be able to just short you $20, right? 20 bucks is decently significant, right? Because only 5 of them things in that 100. So I'm just using that analogy to say if 20% of us are with women of other races, and then there's 2 million more of us, 2 million more of you guys, does this cause a bigger issue than just Lex getting approached so she good?
I can see it definitely being an issue though, because that means just more women that aren't married. You know what I'm saying? More non-families and shit like that. So it could be an issue just because of the scarcity of it off GP, and then you subtracting 20.
And then y'all have them thinking that y'all must like them a little better. Remember when Mary said that outright? You know, it's nuts.
So sis, you think when they see black men with white women or Latino women, then all the Latinos or white women be like, y'all can't fuck with us black women.
They be like, oh, these your niggas? Oh, okay.
Now, but it's the black men that are giving them that feeling. So I don't think that's a automatic thought from them.
That's my point. That's the overall
I was
point.
just gonna say that. Yeah, that's them niggas putting batteries in their back and shit.
And hence the disloyalty.
So what you think, Dr. G? What's your take?
You know, at a real gut place, I'm with sis. I don't get it. It doesn't do anything for our community. I believe at the very essence, we black men want to be with black women. They just have to find the woman that's for them, right? And vice versa. I think we want to be together. I understand the proximity argument. What I don't understand is how proximity is going to push me to be with someone who I'm not attracted to, who I don't see some beauty in, right? There's no amount of proximity that's going to make me date out. And again, you know, me. So I don't really understand it, but I suppose that's a real thing. A lot of guys wage that as an argument, so I guess it would have to be. But from a community standpoint, I just think it's counterproductive. And I don't see how it fortifies us.
So if you had that 20% standing in front of you, Dr. G, what would you tell them Negroes?
And this is the 20% who are actually dating out, right?
Correct.
Well, telling them, I would have more questions than telling them anything, right? I would want to understand, honestly, where that came from. Is that because a lot of guys in the chat are saying that they're doing this because of the way they were treated, right? They were treated some sort of way, and so this is the response to that. So I'd like to hear more about that. I think I would have more questions. I guess if I was going to say anything, it would be that, it is hurtful. I don't mind admitting that, to see our men, the men that come from us, be interested in creating community and family outside of us. I don't understand that. So I would ask questions, but then I guess I would tell them that it is hurtful. And we need to find another way, if at all possible. I'm not even sure if we can go back at this point.
Damn. So do you tie it to disloyalty?
Well, it's disloyal in the sense that many of the men who date out don't hold space for Black women. All of a sudden, because they've chosen to bed outside of their community, now all of the women in their community are disasters and horrible. If it's just a preference, then it really shouldn't lead to demeaning the woman you come from, because you could be happy with your woman outside of our community and still hold space for the Black woman. You know what I mean? But that's a lot of times that doesn't happen. So in that regard, yes, it's disloyalty, in my opinion.
And you think that's the majority of those men?
I'm starting to see more Black men who are not that way, who don't crucify the Black woman, but largely I've seen more who do. And I have to admit it's here online, because I don't know Black men who date out. So my experience is limited in real life.
Okay. Des, what's popping? Was you listening, or you just got off work, innit?
Yeah, hey y'all, I just got off of work. I wasn't able to tune in while I was at work. But I'm
So, well, we spun the wheel, right? It landed on Black men ain't loyal. What this pertains to is the percentage of Black men who date out and are married out, upwards of about 20% or so. Do you think that those men are disloyal?
No, because they might date out to, I guess that my immediate answer is no. I come from an interracial marriage and family. My mother was Puerto Rican and Mexican. So I don't think so. I think it comes down to the whole, like, what you prefer, but I don't think it's because Black women are less wifely or less, I guess you could say, so when you want to be with, I think it's a personal preference. With just me coming into the show, like right now, I don't know. But I know that I'm a product of an interracial marriage.
So you don't think your dad was disloyal to Black women?
No, because my daddy liked all type of women. If you got a coochie attached to you, he liked you.
He got kids by Black women?
No, just by my mother.
So he preserved his seed for the Latino woman, but he liked having sex with Black women.
Yeah, I mean, I think he likes having sex with whoever woman.
Okay.
As long as you are a woman, I don't think my dad is not like, he's one of those guys that say he don't discriminate. I'm not 100% sure if he just prefer, because right now he's married to a Caucasian woman. I've seen him date Black women. Of course, he was with my mom for 13 years. So I don't think it's like disloyal. I think like Dr. G was saying, like, love who you love, like what you like. But when you start, throwing salt on the Black woman's name, then now I feel like you're being disloyal. Now I think you're not faithful to who birthed you. I don't necessarily think like it's a disloyalty unless you start tarnishing the Black woman's name.
Okay. And so he married to a white woman now.
Yes, he married to a white.
Hmm. And I would assume he don't disparage black women. That's your point.
Yeah, like his sister, he got black cousins, female cousins. I don't ever hear him speak ill about black women. If anything, he's complimenting the things that black women are known for, their assets, their body type, and things like that. And he could just be sexualizing black women, but I've never heard him speak ill, like, oh, black women are too much, black women are combative, black women don't listen. I've never heard my father speak in that term.
Okay, but he won't marry them though, or give them no kids.
He didn't. No, he didn't, and he did not. When he remarried, no, he did not remarry a black woman.
Okay, and I guess you probably never had that conversation with him, but I guess
No,
just
I
the
never
sis.
had it.
Okay, hey, Dad, just mute when you're not talking. You just got the car noise. I don't think you got your headphones in, do you?
No, I can put my headphones in though. Hold on.
It has a noise canceling. So,
My daddy have a lot of kids, and all his baby mamas is black. All 12 of them. I
so
don't
you
know if
saying
that's better, but all of his, and he's never had a white girlfriend. They all been black. Even the woman he's with now, black woman.
okay. Now, do you guys think if you had to pick, most black men date women of other races just because it's a preference?
I think they have them on some type of pedestal, especially the white women.
Dr. G, what say you to that question?
I think the number.
Go ahead, Dr. G. She loud as
I was gonna say, go ahead, Sherelle. Yeah, it seems like it's some sort of pedestalization, if that's a word. It feels fetish too, in a way. It's kind of weird. And again, it goes back to how seemingly, this ice is colder rather than it being a preference, or rather than just, this is who I love, this is who I was close to, and I just happen to fall in love, Yeah.
Okay. Callie?
No, I think most of them. I don't think it's any kind of vitriol or anything like that. I think most of them just, end up being with who they end up with. Um, and I think especially with nowadays and everything, I guess we're more integrated than what we used to be. So the proximity argument seems pretty valid at this junction.
I agree with Callie. That's my number one reason: proximity.
Lex?
I agree. And also proximity and what they're seeing. Like just to take because y'all know I'm excited about this week. But like I remember the first time we played Philadelphia, and there was like this thing going around, and they were like putting Jalen and Patrick against each other, and a lot of people's argument was like, oh, Jalen is with a black woman. And they were like, saying, oh, Pat didn't get with that and da 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 da. But even though Pat had a black dad and he grew up and he's liking the women that look like his mom, like, do I blame that? Like, or feel some type of way? Nah, but I think that does make sense, like with the proximity and what you're seeing every day as far as in your own bubble. I don't think Pat was like, oh, I'm not going to date black girls because my dad didn't, but be around his mom, and hopefully he was thinking his mom was beautiful. So he probably going to go after a woman that resembles his mom.
Well, I think if you're mixed, though, it's different. Like if you're mixed and you pretty much can go either way.
Black men. We talking about black men got black moms.
Right. Okay.
The proximity argument seems to fall a little bit. But
it does make sense.
Hmm.
I think it's a good
So
majority as of right now. Good majority.
yeah, okay. So when I assess that group, and it is in places where the populations are mixed together, right? Like the East Coast as an example, where we from, it's everybody together, black, Latino, you know what I'm saying? White, everybody in proximity to each other. And so cis probably sees it more, but we are going to school together, growing up together, etc. So when those men do it, they have a desire for some reason for those women of those other races. And I never heard them disparage black women. So I guess I just think that they think those women are maybe more attractive. I don't even know if it's like the behavior argument. They just seem to like their aesthetic more so than saying, damn, black women got bad attitudes.
They end up saying something like that. Like if you have an individual conversation, they will say
Mhm.
something about an attitude. Because remember, they have sex with black women all the time. But what they choose to uh, get in a relationship with is, or have a baby with, is not their own. They're disloyal.
Sis, what if he like Latino girls? What if he have a innate attraction?
I think Brad Pitt is handsome, but why would I want Brad Pitt? As soon as I start thinking about anything else, it's ew.
Oh no, I think so first, just to clear it, the majority of black men date, have sex with, marry black women, right? So we're talking about a subset of black men. The argument could be made that that subset is growing, but nevertheless, Sherelle says she would still take the 80 if you didn't have the whole 100, right? So there's no way we can say black men are disloyal as a blanket. So we are talking about specifically the ones that date out.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So the majority of us are loyal if you just look under the guise of who we date and marry.
I guess.
I don't think the majority of those men are divestors, because divestors come with that connotation of disparaging the women. From what I've seen anecdotally, they be around those women and they have an attraction to those women. Like my brother as an example. So there's that. That's the synopsis that I draw. And that is a member. That 80%, 20% stat is a marriage stat. But those men are only married at what, 31%? The women are married at 27%. Now let me ask you, does it make me disloyal if I date a woman who has seemingly better behavior, just even though she don't look like me? That make me disloyal if I had a plethora of black women that treated me poorly?
There's another plethora that will treat you right. There's a plethora of black women, so it doesn't matter. There's no reason for that 20% to be doing what they're doing. There's no reason.
And I don't buy the notion that this whole other race of women are so much more cooperative just by nature of being not black. I don't buy that at all.
Yeah. No, I think they even said it. They even say it, right? Because this shit didn't start with just black men, right? White men be saying the same shit. I personally couldn't do it. I'm not a big fan of Miracle Whip, hot dog water. None of that shit, to be honest. You know what I'm saying?
You're just racist. You're racist.
No, I just don't have a preference. That's it. You know what I mean? Period.
You're racist. Why are you sweating?
You can keep that mayonnaise. You know?
Why are you sweating, huh?
I'm hot, man. I took that medicine. But I'm feeling better.
I know, but I saw that comment Arnold left in the chat. You keep scratching your nose and you sweat.
Yeah, I gotta go blow my nose, I think. Arnold, if Arnold run to the stop sign and back, I'll give him $100. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. Hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most.